Burgers literally need no introduction, and especially to that, if you have a cheesy aloo tikki burger, well, that's all that we need for breakfast, lunch, dinner, evening snacks, everything through the day. Let's begin. Now, first things first, for the aloo tikki burger, of course, we're going to make the tikki first. There's a little bit of a pre-prep that's required for this. What you need for this recipe is, of course, potatoes, which are boiled, peeled, mashed, and ready, like so. To this, I'm going to add in onions, finely chopped. Now, what you can also do is you can slightly saute the onions so that it's not raw as such. Of course, it's not going to be raw because the tikkis are going to get cooked, pan-fried, deep-fried. The choice is completely yours. Some herbs. In this case, this is a combination of oregano, thyme, rosemary, and a little bit of sage. Now, in this case or otherwise, you could use any herb which is fresh, and you can flavor it just with one single herb. I'm using a combination because I like it like so. Garam masala powder. In case you cannot lay your hands on garam masala across the world, you can use curry spice or curry powder. Remember this. Let's add in red chilli powder, a touch of salt. Now, in case you've added salt while boiling the potatoes, add this with caution. Breadcrumbs, grated processed cheese. I'm mixing the cheese and just making life easier. Our aloo tikki mixture is done and ready. The next step is, of course, to scoop out orange-sized balls like so, and eventually pat them to start looking, of course, like a tikki or a little cutlet. Now, the size really depends on the size of the bun eventually that you're going to use. Now, if this is the size of the bun, it should either slightly be lesser than the size of the bun or slightly larger, but definitely not tiny. Let's keep this aside for now and make some more like these. Once these tikkis are rolled like so, we shall pick them one at a time and crust these with a little bit of breadcrumbs. Now, the idea is not to make a thick crust like otherwise you would make for maybe paneer popcorns or nuggets like so, but just to get it a little bit of a crumbly exterior, and that's about it. Let's dust off crumbs, if any, that are lying loose. Now, your pan is here heating. I'm going to add in oil. You can choose to absolutely use very little oil and pan fry this, or you can fry this like we normally do. Once the oil heats up, we pick the tikki gently, dust away crumbs, if any, and fry this on high flame. Once this is nice, crisp and golden fried at the bottom, we carefully give this a flip. Once this is fried on both sides, we transfer this on an absorbent tissue paper and next begin with the assembly. I'm going to take a burger bun and slice it like so and place this in the pan. Once the pan heats up, let's take a little bit of butter. Let's transfer these toasted buns on the assembly board and then lace these with some mayonnaise. Nice and crisp lettuce, placing the nice and crisp aloo tikki, followed by onion rings, and with this, lots of cheese again. And finally, let's pack it with the other piece of the bun. With this, your homemade aloo tikki burger, nice and cheesy, done and ready. And trust me, this has no age boundaries. Everybody of all age groups, trust me, would love this. Make this at home and let me know how you like it. Bye for now.